Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, Eve, again here. And today we're gonna talk about Centipede Kaneki in the Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains game. He's a new dark type character, and probably he's the only one who is available for us mere people who don't donate into this game. So let's see what he's all about. I actually got him, so I can show you, do a review on him. And if you didn't see how I actually got him, it's an insanely cool video. So go into the channel and check that out. But let's first, before we get to a conclusion of is he good or not, let's see what he is doing. So, when your Augiri Tree character deals damage to an enemy, it grants the target one stack of Collapse, stacking up to 4 times. When you deal damage to a target with 4 layers of Collapse, grants Crazy to the target for 1 turn. Collapse, all its defense related stats reduced by 4. Crazy, damage taken increased by 20%. The removal costs your 30% max HP. Damage taken won't exceed 400% of caster's attack. Removes all collapses. Okay? So he is a character based on his, for example, passive here. We see that he's very much in favor of only Aogiri tree characters. If you're not using Aogiri characters with him, you might as well not even use him in your team. Only maybe if you're fighting someone with, for example, light type character like Arima, then there is a point of maybe putting him in your team. But other than that, there is no point of putting him. But if you were like, okay, then if he's only Aogiri, then maybe it's not so good. But Aogiri tree characters, almost all of them are gonna be OP. As you can see, for example, from Ayato here. Maybe considerable, like arguably, one of the strongest characters in this game. As well as the Tachara, who is actually coming next. Maybe not next, but he will be very soon in the game. He's also a very OP character there as well. But let's read something else, other his stars about him. When an enemy character is applied collapse, your basic stats increase by 5% up to 20%. When an enemy character is applied crazy, your skill level increases. So he basically becomes more powerful while he applies his effects. So 1 star is probably obviously another sweet spot for this character. And if you're maybe lucky enough, as I was, for this character to get him really early, you can try to go in and get 1 more star on this character. It's definitely gonna be very efficient for you. Applying weak, increase basic stats here. Again, nothing special here, but 3 stars when dealing damage, remove 1 buff from the target and only grant 1 debuff to yourself. When you are debuffed, your attack related stats increase by 12. Again, a very good one here. Buffing a lot is 12% is not bad to get buffed, so not a bad one here as well for pay-to-win players. Maybe a good spot to stop, I would say. Game power burst, increased damage dealt by 12% for 1 turn. Again, this is pretty much how everyone gets those 2 and others, but this is very good. This one is very good as well. This is probably the best one he's got from all of the stars. This one is not bad either. So the sweet spot is definitely first star here. But let's talk about how high would we rank this character itself. So if we get here in strafe ranking, he's number 1. And I don't think he is good like as good enough to be a number one spot. Let me tell you why. It's my personal opinion. Obviously, you can be thinking differently, but this character is only used in one team, and that's an Augiri tree character, so his viability is very low. He is definitely not a character for PvE. He is more of a character for PvP team ups, and even in some of the PvP, he's not gonna be very useful, or maybe not. Like in RTA, he could be very good, but in PvP matches, let's call it something like, let me get to it. I think it's in a Carnival, right? For example, in Carnival Arena here, we have 3 teams. So let's say you'll do one team of Aogiri, and then you would put, I think you would put too much of these characters, strong characters, in one slot, and you should probably not do it. For example, if right now the best AoE characters are Juzo and Ayato, I usually tend to put them in 2 different teams, so they are not gonna be like too OP together, because you obviously need to win, for example, 2 fights and like lose third one. That doesn't matter. But for now, for example, it would be too big of a waste to actually put all of your Aogiri characters in one team. For example, when Tatara comes, obviously you're gonna want to put Tatara, Ayato, and Kaneki here into one team. But and you can like obviously put someone like Uta, for example, there as well, but that's gonna be too strong. You need to actually like try to put them in different teams so that they can do their damage and kill other like enemies on different teams. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but this is how usually you will be playing, because with every mode we're getting, for example, if you saw a chain campaign, we're getting like more and more teams that you actually need to you need more characters to level up and all of that stuff. So he's gonna be very good in PvP, don't get me wrong, very strong character in PvP, especially when you can just use only Aogiri team. It's gonna be very strong. He's definitely only be used as for that one. Other than that, he's not gonna be viable in any other mode or arena or event or whatever. Only in PvP. For example, something like RTA, not bad there. Maybe other arenas, like let's say we have here this arena as well. He can be very good here. Maybe not so strong in attribute arena, because we'll definitely need to see how he will do here. But in other modes, or in this 2 PvP, he's definitely gonna be the best one. But on other modes, he's just not gonna be useful for you. That's why I don't think he's OP, because of the lack of him being versatile. You know, for example, Ayato, he doesn't have any restrictions on each, like what team he needs to be in. He can be in any team and he will perform perfectly. Again, other characters as well, Juzo can perform in every team. Rize, Noro, even like Take can perform in any teams, and only characters like Yoshimura and Centipede are for now the characters that you actually need to use synergies in your team for them to be viable. That's why he's not OP, definitely, and he's kind of a skippable character if you don't really care about PvP. And I know there's a lot of people who actually don't care about PvP, so in that sense you can definitely just skip him. You don't really need him in PvP in PvE, so that's why I always call him mid. because he's only will be used in one thing, and in that thing he's gonna be OP. That's for sure. There is nothing. This character is okay in all of the other stuff. He grants sharp for himself here if he does dealing slaughter damage to an enemy target equal to 420% of attack after granting self sharp for one turn as well. So he's a very strong character, but only in specific teams, and that would make him less viable, and that's why I think he's not bad, but he's kind of mid because of that. Other than this, I think that's it for my review of this guy. Let me know in the comments what you actually think, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye bye.